Hey guys, welcome back to n8n app. For today's video, we are going to show you how to use n8n automation for beginners. So if you're interested, let's get started. Now we all know that automation is something really helpful for you to actually automate a few tasks for yourself, making your work a lot easier for you. So this is actually pretty helpful in regards with tasks that is quite repetitive, which in this case allows you to do more or in this case other tasks besides the usual tasks that you are currently performing. So in this case, how do you start using n8n? Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to create your account. So you just need to go to their official website here. And from here, you want to go ahead and get started with their plan. So first is the pricing for n8n. So they have three plans that you choose from. We have Starter, Pro, and Enterprise. Starter actually starts with $20 here. Pro is $50, and Enterprise is you need to contact them. Now, depending on the plan that you are going to get here, you'll be able to leverage one of the following features that they offer. But the crazy thing about n8n here is you can actually test, or in this case, get a free trial of their services first. So if you want to learn more or know if n8n is actually right for you, in this case, just click on Start Free Trial here. And you want to go ahead and basically start your free trial by creating your account. So you need to enter your full name, your company email, the password you want to use, as well as the account name. In this case, go ahead and click on Try for free here and answer a few questions regarding yourself and your company. And once you've done that, you should be able to start creating your account. Now, in this case, what I need to do here is I want to actually show you a few things. So since I already have my project here, I'm going to actually delete this project here. And we want to go ahead and basically delete all. So let's just type in delete all here so that I'll be able to show you how to exactly delete, or in this case, create your new project here. So let's just type in all data. And from here, let's go ahead and click on delete this project. Now, in this case, how do we create our own project here? Because by default, workspaces will be automatically created for us. So let's go ahead and click on Add Project at the left side here. It's going to start creating a project, and it's going to be named My Project automatically. So you could go ahead and just basically choose a different name here if you want, but I'm going to basically retain it as is. Now, if you want to add different users in here, like project members, you can go ahead and add their name here. So in this case, you just need to enter their email address. Now, you also have the credentials here, which allows you to change a few things. So in this case, actually allows your credentials lets workflows interact with your apps and services. So you can add your own credentials here for you to actually add those like APIs here if you want. Now, you can also go to workflows here to create your workflow. Now, let's go and click on Start from Scratch here. And from here, let's go ahead and start adding our items. So the first thing that you'll notice here is we have the the workflow will start with a click action here, but you could actually change this by deleting it. Just click on Add First Step here, and you could basically choose one of the following. You have Trigger Manually, which in this case allows you to trigger the workflow manually here. You have On App Event, On Schedule, On Form Submission when called by another workflow, or on chat message and other ways. So in this case, there are going to be a bunch of things that you can do here, but for now, let's just choose On Schedule here. And basically, you could choose your interval. So you have days, like days between triggers, trigger at hour, and trigger at minute here if you want. Let's go and click on the add rule here if you want to add another rule here. So let's just delete that one. And you could also click on the settings here if you want to change a few things, like adding a note if you want to, and you want to display the note itself on the flow. Now in this case, you could go ahead and exit this note if you need it. So in this case, you can go ahead and click on edit the code at the top right if you want to. So you could choose what you want to actually edit the output for. So let's go ahead and click on save here. You could also view JSON, the schema itself. You could also do that. But for now, let's just go back. So we now have our schedule trigger. Now, in this case, n8n here is quite similar with other tools out there, but with a few different things. So let's go and click on the plus button here to add our other components, which in this case, since we set schedule trigger here, this will actually trigger on a specific time, which in this case, once it actually triggers, it's going to do the next step, which we'll be choosing in here. So you could choose data transformation, flow, action in app, core, or advanced AI, or add another trigger here if you want to. In this case, you could actually trigger your workflows. In this case, you could actually call a workflow here. So if you already created a workflow, you could call it in your other workflows. So it's just something really cool. Like, for example, maybe we want to do something in an app or service like Google Sheets, Telegram, or Notion. So in this case, you could choose the app here. Like, for example, we are going to maybe say we want to choose Google here. So there are going to be a lot of apps to choose here. So let's just type in the following Google here. Let's just type in Google. And maybe I want to actually choose Google Sheets here. And from here, I want to actually create a new spreadsheet. And from here, we want to enter the credentials. In this case, we have the credentials to connect with. So in this case, create new credentials here. And we want to actually connect our account, save our settings here, and basically connect our accounts here so that n8n here can actually access our account and create our sheets. So in this case, we want to actually follow the on-screen steps here. We have resources like sheet within document, so the resource itself. You have operation if you want to create or either delete. You also have the title for this one, and you can basically adds a few things. Like, for example, you want to add a sheet here. You also have the option add some options, like for example, we'll call enter calculation interval as well. You can also change the settings here, like always app with data, execute once, retry and fill, and a lot of those details. So in this case, depending on what step you actually add into your account, you might need to provide some certain details on it. So also at the left side, you have your inputs here, and the outputs is going to be at the right side, which is it will actually show you what your data would actually look like, or what's the output gonna be once you've actually completed the things, or in this case the details that is required for this specific node or task. So yeah, so if you want to access your admin panel now, you want to go to the left side here, since this actually contains most of the details. So by the way, if you've created your workflow or project here, or in this case, you can go ahead and click on save at the top right, or even share this to your projects. You could also make a duplicate of it, download it, or import from URL, or import from file as well. Now, if you want to text this, just click on test workflow. Now, in this case, in the admin panel, you have the option to basically change a few things here. So let's just wait for it to load up. In this case, you have the option to manage your workspaces. So depending on your plan, you might get more workspaces on your account, but in this case, we only get one. And we also have templates and so option to manage our variables here. And you could also see your executions here. So if you actually executed your workflow, this is where it's going to actually appear, and what's the status, the execution ID. This is what's going to look like. If you want to access your actual account here, you can go to the bottom left here. You have your settings. You have the option to sign out if you want to. But yeah, so those are the basics here in n8n, and that's about it. So hopefully this video was able to help you. Like and subscribe to n8n. Thank you for watching.